Hi, I'm Andre Young, and welcome to the You Evolving Now Thought of the Week. If you are interested in enhancing your leadership and work-life harmony, this video is for you. And the topic for this week is called H.U.R.T Leadership. H.U.R.T Leadership. And I'm excited to share this with you because it's going to change your perspective of life and also your perception of the leaders in your life. Now, I came up with this quote a few months ago and shared it with my son, and I want to share it with you now. And it says, you don't only get to lead when you're healthy. See, he played sports and he got hurt. And if you're injured, you can't play, but you can still lead. But if you're hurt, you still go in the game and you lead by example. You lead by performing. You lead by showing guts and gutting it out. And as hard as that can be, you'll feel better about it, but you're going to set an example for your people on how to do it too. But how do we do it? And we first need to understand that if you are in a position of leadership, you don't only get to lead when you're healthy. You're going to be hurt. Whether it's hurt feelings, whether it's hurt family life, whether you're going through a breakup or divorce, whether you're hurt by your employees and them not doing all of the things that they said they were going to do, whatever it is, you still have an obligation to be your best leader and do your best leadership when you're hurting, professionally or personally. If you are not in a position of leadership in your organization or on your team, it is so evolved of you to know that your leaders are people too. So many times, people in organizations think the leaders need to be machines. They need to know all the answers, and they should be happy with where they chose to be because they make a little bit more than you, or maybe a lot more than you, or they have the title that you value. But it doesn't take away them being people. Your leaders have positive and negative relationship issues, financial issues, personal issues, health issues, etc. All the things that you have with a way more responsibility. So looking at our leaders as people can go a long way, because that same empathy you would want when your life goes haywire is the same that may benefit them. So let's get into this H.U.R.T leadership and how to do it. And the first thing is the H, and that's choosing to heal. Time doesn't heal all. Some things just hurt, and some things are going to hurt forever. But if we choose to be intentional and consistent with our healing process, it's not only better for you, but also for the people who are following you, the people that you are leading. And how do you choose to heal? One, we choose to do it through controlled venting. As you're going through your hurt as a leader, one, we never gripe to the people that can't help us. We always want to vent up, so it's controlled venting. So I'm going to share my story, and I'm going to keep it people limited because everybody can't get your story. I'm going to keep it time limited, but I'm also going to keep it purpose limited. Am I saying what I need to say so I can dump and move on and move forward and evolve? Am I saying this because I need advice on what to do and then to move on and evolve and be a leader? If you're saying it for any other reason, which could be storytelling, it could be for pity, it could be for grief, all of those things, are they hurting you or are they helping you? So one, we're going to do controlled venting to heal. Then you can choose, and this is a choice, to forgive. Maybe you are forgiving your employee, your coworker, your boss, your spouse, your kids, your friends, whomever. But it's not as simple as letting it go. Maybe you've heard me talk about forgiveness before. It's not as simple as letting it go. One, you want to share your story to people that can help and move you forward. Two, you want to be able to understand why somebody hurt you. What was it, something that you may have done to the situation? Maybe it's something they did or a place in their life. Then you want to set some boundaries up. See, any good leader needs boundaries. So what are some boundaries that you're going to put in place that instills your leadership and also set some expectations for those around you? Then, if you can and if you choose to, you can go to the process of letting it go. And that's how you start to heal as a leader. The U is understanding your opposition. I am honored to be able to do this for one-on-one employee growth training and executive growth training. And I call it the U, understanding the opposition. Now, if you're watching this, you can hit pause or you can do this after. And I want you to list all of the significant people in your life. And it can be professionally, it can be personally. And it doesn't mean that you like them. Significant doesn't mean you like them. You work 10, 12 hours a day with a person, 5 days a week, that's 60 hours a week. I don't spend 60 hours unabated with my wife a week. That person is significant in your life. So you want to list whether it's your employees, your bosses, your co-workers, your kids, whoever's on the list. And I want you to ask yourself two major questions. One, how do you understand that person to be? What makes them the way they are? What's their characteristics? See, when we know, why are we shocked when they do what we know they are? Number two, and the most important, is what do you believe this individual needs the most from you right now? See, when we're hurting, it's all about us. It's all about getting our needs met, what's fair, what we deserve. But see, when we can get outside of ourselves and ask, what does this person need most from me right now? Because as human beings, we can be lazy with our goodness. See, I want to evolve and get better and be great and lead the way that's easiest for you or me to lead. But is it meeting that person's deepest need? See, when I start meeting the needs of the people around us, it allows us to heal. It allows them to start developing their leadership skills and being excited. And now we have something good to look forward to. So understanding the opposition. The R. Now this is important because it's called reveal. Remember, you as a leader, or if you're not in a position of leadership, all of the things that can be happening in your life. Maybe you're going through that breakup. Maybe money is tight. Maybe it's parental issues. Maybe life is just kicking your butt. See, if you're not in a position of leadership, being able to tell someone that is above you and revealing to them what's going on won't excuse you from being great at your job and doing and setting the standards that you agreed to set. But it will allow empathy. It will allow understanding. And it may allow a few passes here and there. If you're in a position of leadership, you're not a machine. And it may sound like getting your team together and making an announcement and saying, I apologize for not being fully present. This ... has been going on in my life. I appreciate your patience, but that doesn't excuse me for not being present. I'm back. The expectation and the standard is here, and we are moving forward. Thank you. It allows you to look human in the eyes of your people. It also allows you to set an expectation that when they are going through things, that the expectation and standard is still here, but it's also okay to reveal. Lastly is the T, and that stands for tough teaching and tough lessons. See, when you're going through hurt, chances are you may not have been as great at your job as to be expected. Maybe you've disconnected, or maybe you delved in and became a workaholic. But let's say you've disconnected. You haven't met standards. Someone is going to give you a tough lesson and share with you their feedback. Is that going to be okay? Are you evolved enough? Is your leadership strong enough that you can take that tough feedback, that tough lesson? Because although you may feel it's adding to your pain, it doesn't make them wrong if they're saying the truth, and they may need to say it, one, for the position that they're in, or two, because they care. Can you allow it? The other part is tough teaching. See, as you've been through hurt leadership, and you've chosen to come to and do it with a smile and do your best and be your